गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग। कैसे हो बेटा आप लोग?
बढ़िया मैम।
ओके। सो आपका हो गए क्विज खत्म?
नो मैम, चल रहे हैं अभी।
ओके, आपने मुझे भी बताना है कि मेरा थर्ड क्विज कब दोगे। थर्ड और एक सेशनल, ठीक है। थर्ड आपका फ्रॉम द ये आपका फुल कैन यू सी द स्क्रीन? यस।
यस मैम।
ओके। Okay, so we have in the last few lectures about integral equations, we have seen some types of integral equations. So already you know what is first kind, second kind, homogeneous, non-homogeneous, Fredholm and Volterra, right? And we have also seen how to solve homogeneous. We have already seen how to solve homogeneous Fredholm, homogeneous Fredholm integral equations of second kind with separable kernel. Okay, so we have already seen the last lecture was about this equation. So what is homogeneous means f of x is 0. Second kind means you have something like gx is equal to lambda. Fredholm means the integration limits are constant, and then you have kxt gt dt. So we have seen how to solve such equations where kxt was summation aix bit. This is the meaning of separable kernel with separable kernel. Is that thing clear? So this is what we had seen in the last lecture. Now here we will remove this word homogeneous and we'll see that if you have non-homogeneous Fredholm equation, then how to solve. So in today's lecture we'll be looking at how to solve uh, we'll just remove this word homogeneous because the method which we are working will also be there for homogeneous. So we'll write it as how to solve Fredholm integral equation, Fredholm integral equation of second kind with separable kernel. Fine. So we have this equation g of x is equal to f of x plus lambda a to b kxt gt dt, where fx can have any value and kxt is separable. It means that this is something like this: ait, aix, bit, I from 1 to n. Is that thing clear? So we'll be looking at how to solve this equation. Clear? Any doubt? Anybody having any doubt that what we are going to do? So I'll explain the method with the help of examples itself. So first, to start with, I'm taking a very simple example. So this is the first question where we have g of s is equal to s plus 0 to 1 su square du du. So this is your integral equation. Here you see your kernel is s into u square. This is separable. Can you see, everybody? You can separate the function of s and u. Is that thing clear? This is a separable kernel with n equal to 1. So what you will do, you will write it as g of s is equal to s plus, because integration is with respect to u, so you will take s out, 0 to 1 u square gu du. Now you will call this quantity as c1. Okay, so whatever is, because you don't know what is gu, that is what you are finding, so that is why you cannot compute this integral. So you call this quantity as c1, this quantity as c1. Fine. So you have g of s is equal to s plus sc1. Is that thing clear? So
Yes.
now what you can do is you will put that value of g of s again in this value of c1. Now you see, if you know c1, you will get your solution, right? So what you will do, you have from here, you have c1 is equal to 0 to 1 u square gu du, and from here you have g of s is equal to s plus sc c1. So from here GU is, you replace S with U, U1 plus C1. Put this value here. Put this value here. So what you will get C1 is equal to 0 to 1 U square. In place of GU, you will write U into 1 plus C1 du. So you'll get this as 1 plus C1 U cube. Integration will be U raised to power 4 by 4. 0 to 1 is equal to C1. So you get from here that your C1 is 4 by 3. Okay. So from here you'll get C1 is equal to 1 plus C1 by 4. So you can compute the value of C1. C1 is 4 by 3. No, sorry, 1 by 3. Okay. So therefore your answer is G of X is U into G of U is U into 1 plus C1. So your answer is 4 by 3 U. This is your solution. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this was the example when you had only one term in the kernel. So this was simple. Now let us look at an example where you have two terms in the kernel and so on. You can have many terms in the kernel. Let us look at this example. Y of x is equal to x plus lambda 0 to 1 x t square plus x square t y t dt. So now you see again here you can see this is a separable kernel. So what you will do, you will write your equation as y of x is equal to x plus lambda, and you will, because integration is with respect to t, so you'll just take the functions of x out. So you'll take x here out, so you'll have 0 to 1 t square yt dt. In fact, you can write lambda also with each term. So this is lambda x t square yt dt plus next term is lambda x square 0 to 1 t by t dt. Is that clear? So because your kernel is separable, so you will get the terms here. The number of terms will be equal to whatever is the number of terms in the kernel. Okay. Now you will call this term as C1, whatever name you want to give it. You will call this as C2. Fine. So you have y of x is equal to x plus lambda x C1 plus lambda x square C2. Clear? And then you have C1 is equal to this 0 to 1 t square yt dt. So here you will put this value of yt. So you have 0 to 1 t square. So this is y of x. If you want to write yt, you will replace x with t. So that will be t plus lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2 dt. So you'll get C1 is equal to, from here you have t cube by t cube. So t4 by 4, 1 by 4, 0 to 1 is the limit of integration, plus lambda. Here you will get C1 by 4, and here you will get lambda C2 by 5. So this will give you one equation. You just manipulate the things. You will get 20 minus 5 lambda C1 minus 4 lambda C2 equal to 5. So the idea is this value, when you put it in C1, you will get one equation in C1 and C2. Okay. Now you put this value again in C2. So you have C2 equals to 0 to 1 t yt dt. So you put the value of yt. So you get C2 is equal to 0 to 1 t yt is t plus lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2 dt. Fine. When you integrate everything, you will get another equation in C1 and C2. I'm just writing, you can compute. This is minus 4 lambda C1 plus 12 minus 3 lambda C2 equal to 4. Is that clear to everybody? That you will get a system of equation. You see, already you have obtained your solution here. You just need to compute C1 and C2. So for that, you get a system of linear equations in C1 and C2. And you will solve that system of linear equations and you will get the values of C1 and C2. You can put those values here and you will get your solution. If in the kernel there are three terms, you will have C1, C2, C3. Then you have a 3 cross 3 system here. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So now let us solve this system. This system of equation here is 20 minus 5 lambda C1 minus 4 lambda C2 equal to 5 minus 4 lambda C1 plus 12 minus 3 lambda C2 equal to 4. Now, if you solve this using, obviously, for using Cramer's rule, if you solve it, you'll get C1 is equal to 60 plus lambda upon 240 minus 120 lambda minus lambda square. You can do the calculations better. And C2 will be 80 upon 240 minus 120 lambda minus lambda square. And obviously, the condition is that this should not be 0. Lambda square minus 120 lambda plus 240 should not be 0. So all those values of lambda for which this is non-zero are the eigenvalues. Is that okay? Do you remember in the exam or in the competitive exam, you may have a question that the eigenvalues of this equation satisfies this equation? Got it? Because what is eigenvalue? Eigenvalues are those values of lambda for which you will get a non-zero solution of this equation. Right? Now, for a solution to exist, you obviously want the denominator to be non-zero. So this is the condition for eigenvalues of this equation. Right? Now, this is the value of C1 and this is the value of C2. You put it here. Okay? Put it in star. Put C1 and C2 in star. You will get y of x is equal to 240 minus 60 lambda into x plus 8 lambda x square upon 240 minus 120 lambda minus lambda square. Okay? For all those values of lambda, for all lambdas with denominator 240 minus 120 lambda minus lambda not equal to 0. Is that okay? So this is the solution you got. By chance, यहाँ पे if you have here say 5 in the equation, यहाँ पे अगर 5 होता and for 5 we know that this is non-zero, so you'll get a solution. You'll just put the value of lambda as 5, you'll get a solution. यहाँ पे lambda in general था, इसलिए हमने as such इसको solve किया है. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how you will solve the Fredholm equations. So next there is something called dissolvent kernel. Now the concept of eigenvalues is clear to everybody. In the equation, all those values of lambda for which the solution exists, non-zero solution exists, are called the eigenvalues of the integral equation. So next there is a concept of dissolvent kernel. Again, I'll give an example and then I'll tell you the definition. So consider this equation: y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda minus 1 to 1 xt plus x square t square yt dt. Fine. Here, just it is written that f of x, nothing else is written. So if you try to solve this equation, you solve it as I have told you. So you'll write y of x is equal to f of x plus this. You will write it as lambda x1 you will take out minus 1 to 1 t yt dt plus lambda x square minus 1 to 1 t square yt dt. Okay, so you will call this term here as C1 and call this term here as C2. This is your C1, this is your C2. Fine. So you have y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda x C1 plus lambda x square C2. Right. So it means that your y of t, because I need yt, will be ft plus lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2. So put it here in C1. So C1 will be minus 1 to 1. I'm putting it here. T yt, in place of yt, I'm putting it this value. Ft plus t lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2 dt. Right? Just solve it. You see what you will get? You get C1 is equal to minus 1 to 1 t ft dt, because we don't know the value of ft, plus here you see you have t square. Okay, and if you integrate, you'll get t cube by 3, then you'll put the limits, you'll get 2 by 3. Fine. And here you have t cube, and if you integrate, you'll get t raised to power 4, and limits are from minus 1 to 1, so you'll get a 0. Fine. So from here you will get C1 equal to 3 upon 3 minus 2 lambda minus 1 to 1 t ft dt. Fine. Similarly, you put C2 in C2, you put the value of it. So you'll get this thing. C2 equal to, this is similarly, C2 equal to 5 upon 5 minus 2 lambda minus 1 to 1 t square ft dt. So you see here what is happening is your system, you are not getting a system of equations by chance because this term is 0. The integration of the term which includes C2 is 0. So that is why you are not getting system of equation. Indeed, you are getting C1 and C2 separately. Okay, but you can get a system of equation also. The only thing is, because ft is not given, you are getting C1 and C2 in terms of ft. Is that thing clear? Now put these values in star. Put these values of C1 and C2 in star. Put C1 and C2 in star. So you'll see what you'll get. Y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda. Okay, you put the value of lambda x into C1. Lambda x into C1. C1 is here. 3 upon 3 minus 2 lambda minus 1 to 1 t ft dt plus you have lambda x square into C2 plus lambda x square into C2. C2 is here 5 upon 5 minus 2 lambda minus 1 to 1 t square ft dt. Fine. So what you will get, you can just combine it. Y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda outside. Everything you bring it inside because these are the functions of x. So you'll get 3x t upon 3 minus 2 lambda, okay, plus 5x squared t square upon 5 minus 2 lambda into ft dt. Fine. Now can you compare it with the original equation which was given? Original equation was this. Y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda minus 1 to 1 xt plus x square t square yt dt. Everybody, is this in clear? This is a solution we got and this is the original equation. Can you see the difference? ये कर्नल चेंज हो गया, यहाँ पे yt की जगह पे क्या आ गया?
ft.
ft is known. Obviously ft is a known function, बाद में दिया होगा चाहे. तो इसमें क्या हुआ कि this kernel has resolved your problem in the sense that because in the integral equation the only problem is that unknown is inside the integral signs. That is why we don't know what to do. But if a known function is inside the integral sign, we can obviously integrate. So that is why this kernel is called resolvent kernel. So I just told you how you can find resolvent kernel. You have to just follow your technique of solution. The only thing is you will treat whatever function is given here, you will just write that function as f of x. So you will get your system final equation, final solution in this form. So whatever is this is called resolvent kernel. So in the exam, you may have a question that given an equation, find the resolvent kernel. Clear? Is that thing clear? Concept of resolvent kernel is clear to everybody? Why this is called resolvent? Because it is resolving your problem of having an unknown function inside the integral sign. Okay, beta, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. बाकी लोग next
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see. Okay, beta, thank you. We have this question. Show that the integral equation y of x is equal to f of x plus 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi sine x plus t yt dt possesses, has no solution for f of x is equal to x but has infinitely many solutions for f of x is equal to 1. Okay, so this is our question कि आपको एक इंटीग्रल इक्वेशन दी हुई है एंड यू आर आस्क्ड टू शो दैट व्हेन f of x is x there is no solution, and when f of x is 1, there are infinitely many solutions. So same technique you will apply. So you will just solve it. So you have y of x is equal to f of x plus 1 by pi. You'll just start from here. Is it a resolvent kernel first? Tell me. Because everything we are doing is for resolvent kernel only. Is it a resolvent kernel?
Yes, ma'am.
How many terms? How many terms in the resolvent kernel?
Two
How?
terms.
Two terms.
Yes, you can write it as sin x cos t
T
plus
is
cos
cos
x sin
sin.
t. Right? So I'm just writing it as sin x outside. So you have cos t yt dt 0 to 2 pi plus, then I'm taking cos x outside. So you have 0 to 2 pi sin t yt dt. Right? So you will just, okay, let us write this 1 by pi also. Fine. So you just call this as C1 and call this as C2. So you have y of x is equal to f of x plus C1 sin x by pi plus C2 cos x by pi. Fine. Now you just again put the value back to C1. So C1 is 0 to 2 pi cos t yt dt. So that is 0 to 2 pi cos t. Now, because we have to consider, first you take f of x is equal to x. Okay, take when f of x is x. In that case, you have yt as, यहाँ पे t आ जाएगा आपका. So you have t plus c1 sin t upon pi plus c2 cos t upon pi dt. Okay, you can do the integration. I'm just writing what you will get. You will get c1 is equal to, you just solve this integration, you'll get c1 minus c2 equal to 0. This is your first equation. And when you put the values in c2, c2 is 0 to 2 pi sin t yt dt. So just put the value of yt, 0 to 2 pi sin t. Yt is t plus c1 sin t upon pi plus c2 cos t upon pi dt. Right? This will give you C1 minus C2 equal to 2 pi. Now, can you look at this solution system? Can you tell me what is the solution of the system?
No solution, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So this system has no solution. Okay. So because ultimately you'll get a system of linear equations, and you already know that how to see whether the system of linear equation has a solution or not. So since no solution for C1 and C2, therefore, for f of x is equal to x, the given integral equation has no solution. Clear, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can take f of x is equal to 1. Just take here 1. When you take f of x is equal to 1, in that case, you will get both the equations will be c1 minus c2 equal to 0. You'll get both the equation as this. So you'll get c1 equal to c2. Therefore, your solution is actually here. Okay, y is equal to t. Therefore, y is equal to 1. Sorry, not t, 1. Because y is actually f of x. So let me write f of x here only. Here we are taking x is equal to t. That is y t. F of x is equal to x ले रहे हैं ना. तो जनरल आपका सोल्यूशन आ जाएगा y of x is equal to 1 plus c1 by pi sin x plus c2 by pi, but that c1 is equal to c2, so you'll get sin x plus cos x, where c1 can take any value. So these are the infinite solutions of the given integral equations. Infinite solutions of given integral equation. So now you see, you can have a unique solution, you can have infinitely many solutions, and you can have no solution. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
In the last case, you see, here we were getting a unique solution. जो हमने पूरी दो equations किए ऊपर. You were getting a unique solution. Here you can see You can get a no solution case also, and you can have infinite solution case also, right? So we'll do one more problem which will cover everything. Question is, can you try everybody? Please, I'll give you 5 minutes so that I can see कि आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है. Solve the following integral equation and discuss all its possible cases. And discuss all its possible cases. So you have y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda 0 to 1, 1 minus 3xt yt dt. And before this, I just want to make one note. क्योंकि फिर हमारा टाइम खत्म हो जाएगा. So one note is, okay, let me write here. Note is, you see, if you have a question like this, y of x is equal to e raised power x minus 0 to 1 x e raised power xt minus 1 yt dt. Now you tell me, is this a separable kernel or not? Tell me, beta, is this a separable kernel or not? Anybody?
No, ma'am, this is not separable.
This is not separable, right? But if we can just approximate e raised power xt, we know that e raised power xt is actually 1 plus xt plus x square t square upon 2 factorial plus x cube t cube upon 3 factorial and so on. We know this. So if you approximate e raised power xt with 1 plus xt, okay, then you can write y of x is equal to e raised power x minus 0 to 1 x 1 plus xt minus 1 yt dt. So now is it a separable kernel?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So note is, sometimes you can approximate the kernel so that it becomes a separable kernel. Now, how many terms to include? That depends what accuracy you want. For example, if I'm taking first two terms, my computation will be very easy, but I will not get a very accurate solution. So I will include one more term. So in the exam, it will be given that how many terms you have to include. But you know from here that sometimes you can approximate the kernel to make it separable. So notice, sometimes you can approximate the kernel function with a separable kernel, right? So what you are doing here, you are replacing your kernel, original kernel, with a new one which is separable. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके बेटा. सो समटाइम्स ये वाली चीज आपको यूज हो सकती है क्वेश्चंस में. नाउ गो बैक टू दिस क्वेश्चन. करो बेटा सब लोग. सेम है जो मैंने आज सारे क्वेश्चन कराए हैं. ऑन द सेम लाइंस यू हैव टू वर्क. सॉल्व द फॉलोइंग इंटीग्रल इक्वेशन एंड डिस्कस ऑल द केसेस. ये रही आपकी इंटीग्रल इक्वेशन. करिए बेटा. सिस्टम बता दीजिए मुझे क्या बन रहा है सब लोग. प्लीज सी व्हाट सिस्टम यू आर गेटिंग. So you see how you will write y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda, the first term, 0 to 1 yt dt minus 3 lambda, okay, minus 3 lambda x will be outside 0 to 1 t yt dt. This term you will call as C1, this term you will call as C2. So you have y of x is equal to f of x plus lambda C1 minus 3x lambda C2, right? So you have y of t is equal to f of t plus lambda C1 minus 3t lambda C2. So you put here, so you'll get C1 is equal to 0 to 1 yt, that is f of t plus lambda C1 minus 3t lambda C2 dt, and you put it here, you'll get C2 is equal to 0 to 1 t ft plus lambda C1 minus 3t lambda C2 dt, right? So you find the system from here, you'll get these two equations. 1 minus lambda C1 plus 3 lambda by 2 C2 is equal to 0 to 1 f of x dx. This is your first equation from here. And from here, you will get minus 1 by 2 lambda C1 plus 1 plus lambda C2 equal to 0 to 1 x f of x dx. मैंने वेरिएबल चेंज किया है, ठीक है? You can write t also, your choice. Is that okay? So this is a system of equations you will get ultimately. Now you have to discuss all the possible cases. Now can you tell me the first thing which we should discuss? System of equations में सबसे पहले हम क्या देखते हैं? We look at the determinant of the left hand side. So here you see your left hand side is 1 minus lambda minus 1 by 2 lambda, 3 lambda by 2, 1 plus lambda. Okay, so if you look at this determinant, okay, determinant is equal to 1 by 4, 4 minus lambda square. So what should be the condition for unique solution? Tell me. Tell me, beta. Determinant should be, for the unique solution, determinant should be if 4 minus lambda square upon 4 is non-zero, that is lambda is not equal to plus minus 2. Okay, in that case C1 and C2 can be determined from this system, can be found from system star. Fine, is that okay? इसमें next condition क्या है? If f of x is 0, then what is the solution? If lambda equal to plus minus 2 and f of x is 0, in that case you see f of x is 0, so your system is homogeneous. So in that case what you will get? Tell me the values of C1 and C2.
0, 0.
Yes, right? Homogeneous system बन जाएगा ना बेटा अगर f of x 0 है. Clear
Yes,
सबको?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if f of x is 0, in that case your C1 and C2 is 0. Therefore, solution is, क्या solution आएगा आपका? ये रहा, y of x is equal to f of x, है ना? C1 C2 0 हो गए. Is that okay? So lambda is equal to plus minus 2, not equal to, sorry. Okay, so lambda is not equal to plus minus 2, f of x is equal to 0 के case में this is your solution, and in that case we say that this is the eigenvalue, everything else other than plus minus 2 is an eigenvalue, and this is the corresponding eigenfunction. Clear? Okay, now when f of x is non-zero, और इसी में आप ले लो आगे, और इस केस में if f of x is equal to 0 and lambda is equal to minus 2 or plus 2, उस केस में क्या होगा बताइए?
Infinite solutions.
In that case what you will get? Infinite solutions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us first discuss. Yeah, in that case you will get infinitely many solutions. Why? Because अगर f of x 0 है तो homogeneous system है, homogeneous system can never have no solution. Fine, 0 0 तो हमेशा ही solution होता है ना. So in this case you will get infinitely many solutions. Is that okay to everybody, beta? So can you write that solution also? Can we write that solution also? Lambda is 2. In that case, what you will get? You just write this equations from here. Lambda is 2. So you'll get linearly dependent equations actually. तो लैम्डा 2 के केस में you'll get -1 C1 plus 3 C2 equal to 0. I'm discussing f of x is equal to 0. And the second equation will be minus C1 plus 3 C2 equal to 0. So you'll get C1 is equal to 3 C2. Fine. And lambda is equal to, so your solution will be y is equal to f of x plus क्या था आपका lambda C1 minus 3t lambda C2. And now you get that C1 is 3 C2. So you'll get this equal to lambda is 3 C2 na? So you'll get 3 C2 lambda, sorry, C1 is 3 C2. So you'll get 3 lambda C2, 3 lambda C2, and the next one is minus 3t lambda C2 minus 3 अगर x में लिखा है तो x lambda C2. So your solution is f of x plus 3 C2 1 minus lambda भी बाहर आ जाएगा 1 minus x, where C2 can take any value. So these are the infinite solutions. Got it? Clear है बेटा सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, you can discuss other cases also. When f of x is non-zero. Okay. So you will have same cases when f of x is non-zero, and again you take lambda is equal to plus minus 2 or lambda not equal to plus minus 2. There also you can discuss all the possible cases that how you will get the solutions. Is that okay, beta? So you see, summary is till now we have just solved the Fredholm equations, and that too when the kernel is resolvent or sorry separable, when the kernel is separable. Clear beta? So tomorrow we'll be doing something with which we can solve the Volterra equation also. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay beta. So सब लोग please try to study the last 4 lectures of integral equations also, so that मैं फटाफट कवर करा रही हूँ तो आप उसको अच्छे से आपको समझ में आ जाए. तो concept of eigenvalues, resolvent kernel, eigenfunctions, okay, everything should be clear to you, and all the terminologies, this Fredholm, Volterra, first kind, second kind, homogeneous, non-homogeneous. Okay. So now if you have any doubt, please ask beta. Anybody having any doubt from today's lecture or any previous lecture? समझ आ रहा है? There are only 14 students. बाकी लोग नहीं लगा रहे क्लासेस.
मैम जो भी क्वेश्चन हमने करा था डिस्कस,
हाँ जी बेटा.
उसमें मैम हमने ये वाला केस लिया f of x is 0 which
Yes.
implies c1 and c2 both 0. तो उस
हाँ
केस में हमारा सिर्फ 0 सॉल्यूशन रहेगा ना?
No, जीरो नहीं. C1 C2 की वैल्यू 0 है, बट y of x तो हमारा f of x plus C1 समथिंग था ना. ये देखिए.
तो मैम फिर fx भी हमने 0 लिया ना इस केस में.
अच्छा हाँ, इसमें हमने 0 लिया. सॉरी हाँ, ठीक है. तो 0 है आपका सोल्यूशन. ठीक है. उस केस में हम इसको आइगन वैल्यूज भी नहीं बोलते फिर. ठीक है. क्योंकि आपका ये देखो ना, अगर होमोजेनियस है तो वो ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन आ गया ना आपके पास 0. अगर f of x 0 है तो आपका ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन आ गया. 0 तो हमें पता ही था ना, अगर ये 0 हो तो 0 तो सॉल्यूशन है ही है ना. तो वो यू जस्ट गॉट अ ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन, दैट्स इट. गॉट इट?
यस मैम, यस.
है ना. सो फॉर लैम्डा इक्वल टू -2 और +2 you will get non trivial solution. मैंने उल्टा बोल दिया यहाँ पे. These are not the eigenvalues, these are the eigenvalues. Is that okay? Because what is the definition of eigenvalue? The value for which you are getting a non-trivial solution, non-zero solution. So when f of x is 0, these are your eigenvalues. Got it beta? गलत बोल दिया मैंने. Karan, clear है?
यस मैम.
है ना. So because here you are getting a non-zero solution. So these are the eigenvalues. Lambda is equal to -2 or +2. So please rectify जो मैंने पहले बोला. Clear? So this is in the case of homogeneous. Non-homogeneous आप खुद डिस्कस करोगे and you will tell me कि आप लोगों का खुद से क्या 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 आया इस केस में और इस केस में. Okay बेटा? Any other doubt?
मैम नेक्स्ट MST कब लोगे?
बेटा this is on you. मेरा ये this week 4 lectures मैंने सिलेबस ही खत्म करना है. ठीक है. इंटीग्रल इक्वेशन मुझे खत्म करने दो, उसके बाद आप बताओ. दिवाली के बाद कभी भी आपका एक MSc क्विज पड़ा है और एक सेशनल पड़ा है. और अगर आपने एमएसटी का दूसरा क्विज लैप्लास और कैलकुलस ऑफ वेरिएशन में से एक से भी देना है ना तो भी ओके है, क्योंकि हमने पिछले दोनों क्विज दोनों से लिए थे ना, तो दिस इज योर चॉइस, यू कैन टेल मी। आप लोग आपस में डिस्कस करके मुझे बता देना
थैंक यू मैम।
ना। सेशनल इज फ्रॉम फुरियर, वो मैंने पहले ही अनाउंस कर रखा है।
हाँ जी ओके मैम।
ओके, तो आप लोग मुझे खुद बता देना थर्सडे तक कि कब देना है। ओके okay then, thank you everybody, I'll see you tomorrow. Please start revising this integral equation and I will send you the problems also. बहुत सारे questions मैं आपको भेज दूंगी so that you can attempt at least जो भी इसका question आए in your UGC exam. फाइनल हुई डेट उसकी यूजीसी की?
26 को
नो मैम।
नो अच्छा करण 26 को
26 है मैम, एडमिट कार्ड्स आ गए। यस मैम।
आ गए हैं? ओके ओके, चलो ऑल द बेस्ट देन, ठीक है।
यस मैम।
एंड उसके लिए भी पढ़ लो बेटा अगर टाइम है, ठीक है। चलो ओके, आई विल सी यू टुमारो। थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस